Richard, it's great to have you back with Modern Ideas for Business. You were one of our most popular speakers on our webinar series, and people love hearing and want to know about how to use LinkedIn more efficiently, just more effectively. And I know you've had a great deal of interest because LinkedIn helped generate it for you.
They
And we'll
did.
talk
Yep.
about that in a little bit. But so, why don't you just about a 30-second, 1 minute overview of how you came about on LinkedIn? I mean, how did you trip into LinkedIn as being one of your main platforms that you wanted to focus on?
I was the chief marketing officer for a software company, and the founder fired me and gave my job to my wife. And that placed me in an awkward situation. True story. And ex wife now. And so I suddenly had to reinvent myself after nearly 20 years of being really established in my industry, traveling the world, speaking in 22 countries on CNN. I mean, I was the man. And suddenly now I've got to reinvent myself. And so this has been a few years ago. I started learning social media, learning LinkedIn, learning to blog, to podcast. I wrote a book. It was terrible. It was self-published, self-edited, spelling errors on the back cover. Not a good idea. Pay for an editor. But the point was is that I had to make this shift. And now, the shift happened a while ago, this pivot. And yet in today's world, LinkedIn is it. LinkedIn is who we are now. Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, right? They're like whatever, but LinkedIn, no, it's really hard to lie. It becomes your digital identity. It's the book I recently wrote called Digital First Leadership. It's all about this is who we are. And now, especially with COVID, we present ourselves online long before we meet anybody in person. And LinkedIn's where it happens.
So, you've been studying this stuff now for years, like you said,
I have.
and you've been seeing the changes.
I have.
So recently in November,
2025. Yes, November
yeah,
20.
LinkedIn rolled out 360 Brew, and I think that's caused some confusion out there. How would you, yeah, you're laughing because okay, so I'm understating a bit, but what is the biggest LinkedIn myths right now? What are you seeing,
Okay.
or what
So,
kind of clarity would you add? Whatever your choice would be on that.
well, one thing is a lot of people are screaming about it. And the most because everybody's reach went down, everybody's impressions went down, LinkedIn's broken, LinkedIn's mean, LinkedIn. I mean, I have heard it all. And I'm like, really? You're complaining that the free platform you've been operating on, and now might not be free. Some are using Sales Navigator, some are using LinkedIn Premium. But the point here is that LinkedIn realized that the system they had been using for 10, 15 years, I refer to it as a mechanical system. If anybody's heard me speak, and I know you have, and over the years, it was a scoring system, a ranking system.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you get a number of comments, you get a number of likes, you get a number of reshares, you get comments in the first hour. You've heard me say all of that. And LinkedIn's like, that's not really accurate. And now with technology, they said, why don't we rip all of that out and stick in an AI engine that's smart enough to read the content, not just count the clicks. And that's what happened is that suddenly now all of us have been gaming the system, hacking the system, trying to figure out the mechanics. And then LinkedIn's AI came along and said, yeah, I don't think so. And suddenly we all crashed, appearance of crash. What's really happened, Paul, is that we've become focused. LinkedIn has taken our content, our persona, and focused it, which means it's not being shouted to everybody anymore. And I got to tell you, it's the LinkedIn influencers, the broetry bros, hey, I can't believe that last week I lived in a van and I met a homeless man and he turned out to be the CEO that I was interviewing with, blah, blah, right? You've heard those dumb stories. And LinkedIn's AI engine says, that's not really valuable. So we're not going to give you credit for that anymore. So here's what happened. LinkedIn stopped ranking posts and it started evaluating people. And that's a big change because most people are not prepared for this shift. And I can explain why. I don't want to go too all
I
long.
mean, no, but I mean, it's and this is a topic we could go hours on, actually, I think. But
Yeah, I just did a workshop this morning for an hour and a
yeah,
half. I've done a 2-day workshop in Las Vegas for 16 hours. Yeah, this content, we can just keep going and going. So you got to shut me up
yeah,
and stop me.
no, because I'm interested in it too, I always have enjoyed your presentations. But I just what I'm seeing now and what I've been reading is that what LinkedIn really did was bring a multiple of algorithms,
Mhm.
these things between comments, jobs, whatever it was, and brought it into a unified system.
A unified system that now understands what's being posted. It reads what's being posted. It reads who's posting. It's
Yeah.
reading your value. Before it was just mechanics. Click, 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 click. And now it's stopped. And it's just like, using your word processor and now using Claude or Chat GPT. It's not the same thing. right? I can have ChatGPT write me a document, or I can go to Word and write a document. But now along comes AI and it's like, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and read this, figure out who it is. Let me tell you what's going on here, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay, so here's the changes, the big changes that everybody listening needs to be aware of. Is that, and I said it before, is that LinkedIn's not, it's not ranking your posts anymore, and you're not competing against other people's posts anymore. It's not a competition. LinkedIn ripped all that out. What's happening is that when your post goes live on LinkedIn, LinkedIn starts to evaluate several things. You referred to it, these different algorithms. The first thing it evaluates is you. It reads your about section. It reads the first 2 lines and it reads the last 2 lines to figure out who are you, and not, hey, I've done this in my job. I've been doing this since the late 1900s, 40 years of this. It's like that. So what is the number of years you've been doing it have anything to do with your value you bring today? And I know some people would argue, oh no, I'm seasoned. Really? I mean, I started at WordPerfect Corporation in 1989. I don't think anything from that era, floppy disks and covered wagons, has anything to do with technology today. So we got to be careful. And now the AI is reading that saying, you're implying you have experience, but you're not actually demonstrating it. So it's reading our about section in a way as if a senior AI consultant would be sitting down with us and talking to us and saying, okay, let's see what you know, not what you've done. Let's see what you know. It's then doing something else. It's now going to determine if your content that you just posted is actually worthy of interrupting somebody's day. Is that content any good? Or is it an announcement? Or is it a puff piece? Or is it just a, hey, I was at this event. Look at me. I was on stage. Hooray for me. And then LinkedIn's like, so what? So what? You were at that. What did you take away from that? And then the last one, it goes and checks to see if you have been consistent in your behavior on their platform over time. And I don't mean, oh, I've been posting every week or every day. It's like, no, have you, and this comes back to the comments, have you been participating in other people's conversations on this topic that you want to be known for? So the challenge is that LinkedIn now looks at us and sees that we're fragmented. We commented on somebody's post over here about a friend. We did this about basketball. We did that about something. Oh, we make a post about our subject matter, and LinkedIn's algorithm's like, you are all over the map. I have no idea who to show you to. So we're just going to reduce your reach and let you just kind of sit there, because this person over here is super focused on a topic, and we're going to throw their content in front of the audience because we are confident that they know what they're talking about.
Okay. So it sounds, I have a couple of things here, but so for the business owner out there, and they're just being introduced to, or they're hearing about 360 Brew and what's going on. I mean, how would you describe what they should be doing to optimize? What would you say just some real quick points are that they need to look at? It sounds like the profile.
The profile's number one.
That.
That's number one. Also, it's number one, and it can't read like a resume. And if you don't have an about section, then you don't exist. LinkedIn's like, I don't know what you do or who you do or the value you bring or who you service. So you're invisible. And so that about section becomes a critical component. And it's not a resume cover letter. It is you sitting down with an AI senior consultant who knows your business and is going to talk to you through that about section to see if you solve people's problems. And you can't just tell them, passionate about blah, 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 undocumented history of blah, blah, blah. No, that's not how people talk. Talk to it. That's going to be number one. Number two is you need to be active. You need to show that you have a presence out there. Your digital identity is now where people judge you, and the AI is judging you. And if you don't show up anywhere, then your competitors who are showing up, and when I mean show up, I mean they're out there commenting on customers and partners and vendors, and they're adding their subject expertise into areas. And then a leader is going to say, I don't have time to do that. Okay, then don't complain when nobody comes looking for you, because you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work to be a president. This is what I've told people for years, Paul, and you've heard me speak for years. And one of the things I've always said is, look, would you pass up the opportunity of standing on stage in front of 6,000 of your best customers and have their attention for 30 minutes? And the answer is no, of course not. That's LinkedIn. If you take the time to show up, engage with value, create content that people like, and not like with the freaking loser thumb, but like where they stop and engage with it, then LinkedIn's like, hey, you've got something to say. We're going to throw you in front of other people who are interested in that topic. Lo and behold,
I think you're headed down a direction that you've been consistent on.
Yeah.
That has, I think, really shown to weather time, whether it's mechanical scoring, as you say, or AI or anything, which is engagement. And you've been
And when we
talking
talk about
about that for
and when we
years.
talk about engagement, we're talking about not the universal thumb.
Right.
We're talking true value added engagement with comments that drive a
Yeah.
conversation. Yes.
And that's what I'm picking up on, and what I've been reading and everything is that quality. It's a focus, it's a shift to quality, not just congratulations, you got a promotion or whatever. It's, are you adding value?
Are you adding
And
value?
are your comments over 5 to 12 words? Are you doing more than just liking or reposting or something? It's, what value do you bring to this platform? Is kind of what I'm seeing.
Absolutely. Because, and it comes back to a basic fundamental, and that is the other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, they're all driven by ad revenue. That means their algorithm is designed to reward their customer. That's the person paying for the ad. The person paying for the ad is trying to get access to the product. We're the product. And so the algorithm is not designed to benefit us, it's designed to benefit the customer. But on LinkedIn, we're the customer. We have LinkedIn Premium, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Recruiter. We're the customer. And so LinkedIn's algorithm is designed to reward us. And that means behavior like hashtag stacking, a wall of mass tagging, resharing posts. None of this is valuable, especially like if you were in a conversation at a networking event. Would you be valuable if you ran around, started going, hashtag this, hashtag that? Oh, here's my brochures here. Let me hand out. And like, no.
I mean, it just, so yeah.